in your study routine, if you don't have a section where you set aside time to be able to go through past papers to test your understanding, well, you probably might be missing something very important to help you get those higher grades. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use past papers effectively. And yeah, but hi, if you're new here, I'm Alicia Kanye. I create inspirational content on faith, academics, and self-improvement. And if that's something that you're into, kindly join the fam by subscribing. I can assure you, you're gonna love it here. But now let's just talk about like how to use past papers effectively. First of all, do not aim to finish a question paper. If that's your mentality or if that's your mindset when you go through a question paper for the first time, you're probably doing it wrong. The only time you should aim to finish a question paper is after you have completed all the syllabus, like after you've studied all the topics. That's the only time which I feel like it makes sense for you to be going through the entire question paper. But during the term, when you're like still preparing topic by topic, section by section, I'll generally advise that you also like incorporate the usage of question papers as you study, because the usage of papers is just like it helps you test if whether you understand the concept or not, and also if you can also apply it, you know. So how to use past papers effectively? Firstly, you need to have more than one question paper. I'll make a generic example. Let's say we're doing maths, right? Let's say you wanna practice maths. You need to have more than one question paper. So, for example, let's say you're doing maths paper 1, so you need to have maybe at least 3 different question papers from different years or different provinces or regions. Okay, so let's say you have a maths paper, take a maths question paper from 2020, a maths question paper from 2021, a maths question paper from 2022, right? So you have 3 different question papers. And then when you start the question paper, do not, I feel like, focus on the section that you want to test yourself on. Like if you're testing yourself in like maybe arithmetic maths or Euclidean geometry, you should focus on the questions which test on that particular concept only. Okay, so firstly, you have 3 papers, right? In those 3 papers, all the questions, like this the thing, I think something that most people miss is that question papers don't change. Like even the concepts don't change, it's just how they ask you, that's what changes. So you just have to like so you having 3 question papers, it helps you to also like see the different ways that they can ask you a same concept, like how they can test a same concept in different ways, basically, you know. So you sort of like beating like 2 birds with 1 stone, basically. So effective way to do this: have 3 different papers, different years, different provinces, different regions. Sharp. I think I'm repeating myself here. And then if you're testing yourself, let's say on Euclidean geometry, if you check if question 5 of the paper is Euclidean geometry, question 5 of all the papers will also be Euclidean geometry. Like it will be the same concept, like nothing changes. Okay, so let's say it's question 5 for all of them, right? Go through question 5 of all those 3 papers. So start with the 2021, and then you start with that one, do the question 5 sharp. When you're done with the question 5, go to another question 5 paper, do the same thing, all the same concept, and then another question paper, the 3rd one, do the same thing, all the same concept. So how does this help you? Firstly, it helps test if whether you understand, or if also you can apply the concept as well. Secondly, it also helps you understand how they can like ask you the same concept but then in like multiple different ways. Because one thing I've noticed is that the content doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the language that they use to ask a concept, you know. Like if it's Euclidean geometry, it's gonna be Euclidean geometry, but they just change like ways of approach, like asking you in different ways. So you having to like familiarize yourself with like one question paper, it helps you also like learn how to approach like how they ask the question like differently. I hope I'm making sense. But then yeah, I feel like that's basically it. I think there's no other thing other than that. Like that's the best way that you can like use to actually like use past papers effectively, honestly. And I feel like, yeah, the whole mentality of wanting to finish a question paper at once, like, don't fall into that trap. The only time you should aim to like finish a question paper at once is only if you are done with all the content. Like, let's say maybe you want to like do an exam sitting. Let's say you are someone who maybe you have time issues, time management issues when you're writing a paper in an exam or in a test. Like, make sure that before you go for the test or exam, you time yourself, like test yourself by going through the whole paper at once, and also time yourself. If an exam or test is like maybe an hour or 3 hours, sit down for those 3 hours, go through the whole paper, so you can also like learn how to like also like time yourself, so you can know that, okay, you need to spend more time on this question, you need to spend less time on this question. And also if you want to like learn how to improve your speed, you know. So I feel like that's also like another way that you can like use to make sure you are fully prepared for that exam, you know. Because I know there are so many learners or students who will be like, okay, well, I couldn't finish. You know, if you're someone who struggles with like not finishing papers, I feel like that's the approach that you should use. And I strongly believe that this approach can actually like help you to improve in like an actual exam setting. Because if you do that before you go to an exam, it's like, okay, fine, sharp, you find you already have like that exposure to like an exam sitting, you know. So yeah, I hope I'm making sense. But then like, yeah, that's the advice that I can give, and that's basically it. And I also like used that like method, and it also like helped me a lot when I was studying grade 12, and even got like 7 distinctions from that strategy. So I think if you guys can also like try incorporate that and see. And yeah, but if you also like have any inputs, please feel free to like share it in the comments below. It can also help someone. And like if maybe you have like a different way of approach, like a different strategy that you think is helpful, please share it in the comments below. It would be much appreciated. And yeah, if you like this video, please like, share with someone we think might help, comment, and yeah, until I catch you next time. Cheers and all the best with your studies, guys. Bye. Much love.